12, 11,
We like to
10,
count,
9,
and we know how to do it.
8, 7,
6, 5, 4, Nate, 3, 2.
Hey! It's 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Weekly Online Concert with the Empty Pockets, and it's After Dark.
Woo.
1, 2, 3. Christmas evening photograph was the first I heard of you. In our summertime, lots of commotion, and then you came to. I held you in my hands on your second date. Your mom and dad were bleary-eyed and blown away. I looked up at your face as if to say hello. I watch years go by. She stumbles through Wisconsin grass in mid-July. I come back to the present, and there she lies, rocking to and fro. Just look at all these people to take care of you. I'm not sure there's anything they wouldn't do. Whatever dreams you have will help you see them through all your life. On the internet, we're the Empty Pockets. It's Weekly Online Concert.
Our most cleverest name.
It's our most cleverest name. At least you know what it is. It's After Dark here in Chicago. It's 9 p.m. Eastern, and we're brought to you tonight by an awesome club in New York City called Rockwood Music Hall. So
we miss it.
Gosh, I mean, we miss touring, and every time we toured in New York City for the last 5 or 6 years, we always hit Rockwood Music Hall. So thank you for being with us today. We got Diane here with us, and she's in New York herself. Hi, Diane. You didn't have to go all the way to New York for us for this show.
Hey guys, it's good to see you.
Did I
Thanks for
hear-
having me here.
The rumor's right that you were near Rockwood Music Hall recently?
Yeah, just last week I was hanging out on the Lower East Side and I was right outside of Rockwood. Can't wait till we can be back in the venue
Yeah.
listening to live music. But next best thing.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, it's great to have a little connection to New York. So Diane's here as usual. We're gonna ask you to share, especially on Facebook, as we always do. It's that little curly arrow, a little circle-shapely arrow that you can press. In the words of John Belushi, don't cost nothing.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. And then it's a little different today because we're sponsored by Rockwood. We're splitting proceeds with them. We have a link in the comments to their Eventbrite page. We love your tips and donations. We really, really appreciate that. We're sponsored weekly online concert. We are sponsored today, as always, by Topo Chico and Norton's Restaurant in Island Park and Halligan Business Machines here in Chicago. But we have a brand new sponsor today. We are so excited. We're going to throw that, if we haven't already, we're going to throw that graphic on the screen. Welcome to the weekly online concert, Corny Kettlers.
Oh.
It is
Of Virginia.
delicious.
It's a delicious
Oh,
popcorn.
I'm so excited.
Such a good
Adam, do you have
popcorn.
any of that? Are you trying that, my friend?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a whole bag of it right now.
Oh, good. Like,
Yeah.
give us
Live.
your live
Yeah,
review.
you
Looks
definitely will.
very good. They're shipping.
Wait, what flavor are you
fantastic.
trying?
This is kettle corn. Corny
this is-
Kettlers.
this
This
is
is
a
kettle
little
corn.
sweet.
It's classic.
They have like really cool stuff on the site, like
Sweet.
Oreo,
I want to try that jalapeno one. That looks
jalapeno, like Nate said,
good.
cheddar, white cheddar. They have something called an America mix with some cherry popcorn. I wasn't
Oh.
so sure about that, but it's Corny Kettlers. And what's really cool about it is we made a deal with them for you
cool.
and me on all our behalf.
all of us.
You just use the word pockets on their website. It's cornykettlers.com.
Yep.
And you get 15% off.
Yeah.
So
It's worth it. It's great.
We call those popcorn futures.
worth it. So we got a show today. We got a big show. The first thing that's I want to talk about is we got best comment. We're gonna give away points. They are valued at 0 currency.
A lot of value there.
No-
Lot of
no
value to these
dollars.
points, but Diane is going to pick our best comment. What are our categories? We don't have categories.
ca-
we
it's-
don't
it's
have
a-
any requirements.
It's
No
a
rules.
subjective process.
Completely subjective. Diane?
I mean, originality, nail the landing.
Excellent.
You know.
Excellently.
Oh,
Gotta
there
stick
are?
that
We
landing,
can do
select the
it.
judges.
Nail the landing. That's really important. So we're collecting best comment. Throw your best comment into wherever you are, and we'll get you there. We're also reminiscing about an old friend today, guys. We're going to reminisce about an old friend, Mr. Kenny C. Loggins.
I love that guy.
We love him. We love him. We've had a lot of fun experiences with him, and we're going to play one of his tunes. What else are we doing today?
Well-
The Cubs.
I'm sad about the Cubs.
Had
Cup-
to happen. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
It was bound to happen.
Our season is over, and I'm sad about it.
It's hard to watch baseball now that that's over. In fact, when the Bears lose, which they also lost this weekend, I have a hard time even like turning on the radio, watching SportsCenter. It makes me
Yeah.
very sad, and it just sort of got me thinking like about fandom. Why doesn't that happen to Adam at all?
And let's come back to that because I think that's a longer conversation.
That's a longer conversation. Adam, you can think about that for us. Why don't you feel this way ever? Doesn't make sense.
I feel that way about certain teams for sure.
Liar. Let's get to Adam though
It's not
later, and then,
And then we would be remiss if we didn't talk to Nate about his sumo, his sumo love.
Yeah, hockey
he
oi.
is going to update us.
What was that again,
I
Nate?
said hockey oi.
Hakioi, who are we going to look at today, Nate?
Oh, today we've got a quick match between a Japanese fella Daisho and the Georgian mountain wolf, Mr. Tochinoshin.
Oh, the Georgia Mountain Wolf.
The Georgian Mountain
Oh
Wolf.
my goodness, that
Yes.
sounds fantastic. So it's a big show. It's a great big show. It's a king-size show today, plus lots of music. Thanks again to Rockwood Music Hall, Topo Chico, Norton's Restaurant, Halligan Business Machines, and of course, Corny Kettlers, where you get 15% off just by mentioning
So
the
far,
name.
so good.
Pockets.
I only let
Very
You
Josh,
like it, Adam?
It's good
Love it.
stuff.
I only let Josh have 10% of the bag.
We had Thai food before this show, and I had a Thai iced coffee, and so I'm like,
Are you hyper?
I'm hyper. Let's see what tempos we do things in.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Let's sit on this one, Nate. shore. And daily execution of those passionless routines caused damage oft unseen. She lay awake in bed one morning, sleeping by her side, when finally she cried. She cried, love is not a fairy tale. I'll find it or I'll fail. I'll try it. Tell me, where did we get lost? Never knows the color on this day. Her declaration echoed in their room for days, although she wasn't there to know. Sometime later, he sat watching the television screen of their love at 18. He cried, love, it isn't meant to last. My happiness has passed, and now I'm through. It's fear is pulsing through my veins. My lonely days that changed since I lost you. Days go by without much effort. That time passed without a last exchange. 3 words left unsaid. I miss you. I miss you. It isn't meant to last. My happiness has passed, and now I'm through. Fear is pulsing through my veins. My lonely days are changed since I lost you. Love is not a fairy tale. I found it all wrong. I'll try it. Tell me, where did we get lost? Now who knows the cut of this day? Yeah, it's Find or Fail. We haven't played that in a while.
No, that's fun.
We haven't played it in so long that Annie's done like 40 shows, and she saw it on the set list, and she's like, "Did you guys write a new song?" We have not played that song enough times.
Yeah.
Let's go from an old one that's on off the 10 Cent tour. Go to a new one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fortune is like a stream flowing through a dream, meant to baptize the wealthiest 1%. Hey, that's Fortune. Unreleased. That'll be in our next album. We're the Empty Pockets. It's weekly online concert after dark, thanks to Rockwood Music Hall. Hey, don't forget to share.
Please, please. It makes a huge difference for a band like
Give us a share.
Give us a share. The first song we played today is called Brand New Eyes. It's about our niece Hannah, and she's 3 years old now, and she's getting good at sharing.
Oh, she's really,
for
really
her.
getting good at it.
She's figuring it out. You got to share. You know what Hannah doesn't know how to do yet? Tip. No idea. We zero idea. She gets
Does she have
delivery.
a Venmo account?
She
What's
doesn't
her
even have.
excuse?
She doesn't even have a Venmo account.
I'll
Maybe
tell
she
you-
just doesn't feel like tipping. Maybe she thinks
it's
it's
like
a,
you're saying. It's like a stance.
Yeah, no,
thing?
she just thinks it's like an old institution that she doesn't want to be a part of, and she's like, no, why don't you just pay the servers a real
Right,
wage?
right,
She's
right.
very
Like, why don't you
progressive.
I don't have to
charge
tip
the
them.
real amount of money?
Go ahead and charge me a $32 for this
Yeah.
steak. I'm a 3-year-old. I don't,
Right.
She's very smart.
So we'd love you to do both of those things. Share, and then that donation link, tip link is a little different than usual. It's in the comments. It's a Eventbrite link, a little tiny one. I think it's in the description and in the comments. Anyway,
It's an Eventbrite link?
yeah, it's an Eventbrite link. That's how Rockwood did it.
Oh, cool.
There you go. We all knew it, and we're all on the same page.
There we go.
Diane, we're also accepting entries to our just hot contest. This contest is hot.
Sign up, baby.
Best comment.
Sizzling.
What does best even mean?
Scintillating.
Scintillating. Diane's a writer. I mean, scintillating.
tell?
That you don't get that shit for
You
free.
can't get this language anywhere.
Scrumtrulecent.
No. Scintillating. So best comment. What's it mean? It means best. Stop thinking so hard and write the best comment.
Just impress Diane. Whatever that means to you.
Yeah. Do it.
Is it a good comment? Do we want a good comment?
No, we want a
Josh?
best comment, Adam. Best.
Good
what about
question.
just like an okay comment? What
No,
if the-
no,
Huh.
no. I want it so bad that I would be mad, but I'm impressed instead. Or something interesting. Or just say you like Diane. I bet you she'll like that.
Ooh,
and that
that's a
could
good comment.
really.
She doesn't like being pandered to.
She
All right,
doesn't like-
insult Diane.
Actually, flattery will get you everywhere.
I'm with Diane here. Also, is there a relationship between the word pandering and the animal panda? They do sound similar.
Absolutely. And don't do any research.
Okay, thank you, Nate.
I'm
Very
just
good.
telling you, yes, very authoritatively.
Okay, let's.
No need to.
No need.
No need to look that one up.
No need to
Wow.
go
we don't
back
have
for
to do that. Don't worry about
So
it.
we're reminiscing about an old friend today. We haven't seen Mr. Kenny Loggins in a year or two.
I miss him.
We miss him. You know, obviously you can't see anybody in the pandemic, but it's a great. I thought when we met Kenny Loggins, Annie, can you put up that first picture? I thought when we met Kenny Loggins, that's us, that's Nate,
wow.
our old drummer Danny, that's Kenny Loggins, that's Erica, and that's me with that Cubs, sweet Cubs logo on my
Yeah.
backpack there. So like when we had this lunch with Kenny Loggins years ago, Annie, you come back to us. I thought this is going to be such an awesome name drop. I'm going to be able to name drop this shit, and people are going to be like, "You had lunch with Kenny Loggins?"
so
That isn't what I
impressive.
thought.
That's what I thought.
I'm so impressed.
I was like, we're gonna hang out with like one of my favorite artists of my childhood.
Oh yeah, that was definitely my first thought. And then
Oh.
you both ordered the lobster tacos. We were like, "Wow,
Me and
Kenny
Kenny,
Loggins
baby.
and Erica both ordered the lobster tacos." But then
Wow.
it's a
I'm so glad you remember.
it's a little more niche than I had thought. You know, just
The
fame.
lobster tacos?
No, lobster tacos
No.
are
Very
not
popular.
Very
Well-loved
popular these
across
days.
the nation.
You think Kenny Loggins is niche?
I just think it's not as name droppy. It's kind of embarrassing to be like, I'm gonna drop a name
No,
right
I
now in a
disagree.
situation and then drop it and have people be like, I don't know who that is.
I have found a lot of success dropping that name.
That's great. I love that, and we love being friends with Kenny. But it's just something I remember. Diane, I love that face.
I love the
We have
face
to
that
hear it.
Diane's making, and I need to know.
Hey, maybe someone doesn't know his name, but they definitely know his song.
Yes.
Well, that's you lead to, but like, it's
have to
funny when
sing.
you're with an artist and you're talking about what somebody says in your career. Hey, what are you guys up to? The less you have to explain, the better you feel as a person when somebody's like, hey, what are you up to? And
you know, it's the guy who did the thing, and then they're like, oh, sure.
so
And
like
it's
we had done
yeah.
a thing with Dickie Betts. And you mostly have to say he's the guitar player from the Allman Brothers. And then people are like, oh, wow. So when we met Kenny, we were like,
Sick.
we're not going to have to explain shit. We're just going to say, it's Kenny Loggins. And that does happen sometimes.
Most of the time.
But sometimes I've just been surprised. Annie, put up the next photo with Kenny. What else we got? Okay, so this is us actually performing together. Erica and I are into it.
This
I
was
don't
my
know-
dream. I mean, like, I've been singing those harmonies with you, Kenny, since I was a babe. And then here I am doing it for real? What?
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. We definitely are into it. Nate is not pictured here, but
He's
trust
there.
me, he is to my left. He's camera right. He actually had to be off the stage. Do you remember that?
There
Nate?
was-
Yes, I
was a
do.
room.
It was, you know what? It was everything I wanted it to be. I'm like an off the stage kind of guy.
Nate.
So it was cool to just be like, oh,
Andy,
time
go
to
to the next
play.
one.
Step on the stage. Oh, we're done. Great. You guys go ahead and chat. I'm gonna sit over here and just like stare at Kenny Loggins' face
that's
for a little
awesome.
while.
And if you're one of our Epic members, you got to watch the whole broadcast with us a couple months ago.
This next photo that's on the screen, that guy in the middle, towards the sort of middle background, that is Kenny Loggins.
with the guitar.
And then the lady with her hand up in there, that's Erica.
Ah.
And she's doing a duet with Kenny Loggins for Soundstage. And this is how, here, come back to our cameras, Annie. And this is how life works. It never went on the air.
They cut.
You know, like
Is that
you
true?
do the thing.
Yeah.
Nate, we were all there watching it. I saw it happen.
I
but
don't believe it happened because it was so out of body for me that
you just posed for that photo. Just
Yeah,
like,
it's
can I just pose for
It's
a
all
pic?
Photoshop. It's all
he did do
Photoshop.
something really cool though. I went on stage and it was like my turn to go, and the stage director, sort of hustled me up there, and he sort of comes over to me, and I'm like, "Shit, what did I do?"
And we heard him say it a little bit in the microphone. He goes, "Hey, what's the name of your band again?"
And I was like, "Oh, that's so nice. The empty pockets." And he goes, "Oh, okay, great, thanks."
And then Erica got to enter again.
And
It was like-
he had me leave the stage, and then he's like, "A young and up and coming great band." Blah. It was amazing. I mean, it was really
And
cool.
that bit was so perfect.
It was
To
awesome.
not have that end up on the broadcast really
So if
did
you
suck.
You did
were-
us a solid.
If you work at WTTW or PBS, get me that footage, people.
We don't even have the
please.
footage. We have
Release
nothing.
the tapes.
We
Release
released the
the tapes.
tapes. It's in an appellate court.
Give me
this
the
is-
tape.
This is the song that Erica had to learn a new arrangement for Day Of, and it is a difficult song to begin with.
Oh, we can talk about that after.
Here's Whenever I Call You Friend. It's a Kenny Loggins, Stevie Nicks duet. One, two, three. Whenever I call you friend, I'm Kenny Loggins. I begin to think you understand. Anywhere we are, you and I have always been. Forever and ever. Come on, Stevie. I see myself within your eyes, and that's all I need to show me why. Everything I do always takes me home with you. Forever and ever.
Now I know my life has given me more than memories. Day by day, we can see in every moment there's a reason to carry on.
Sweet love showing us a heavenly light. I've never seen such a beautiful sight. Sweet love flowing on us every night. It's not that we couldn't think of how to end it. That's not what happened.
Who doesn't love a live fade out?
They know how you know how it
We
ends.
know how it ends.
Can I ask everybody a question? What do you think they mean when they know forever they'll be doing it?
Of filing their taxes jointly.
That's joint tax file. Thank you, Nate.
You're welcome.
That makes a lot of sense.
That is obviously what they're doing.
Romantic.
They're doing it in that song.
Ooh.
You know, forever we'll be
Forever.
doing it. Erica gives me looks in that song, like.
No, I didn't that time.
No, in a great way. I mean, like we're singing a duet that's going #1 in the 80s, and it's the music video. Your eyes literally like sparkle, like they make noise, like ting, ting, ting. It's amazing. She just really likes me. It's crazy. Look at her.
It's
Right
I
now.
don't see it.
It's
Frankly, I don't see it.
Adam, remember what you said to me the other day?
I do. It was basically the same thing.
Adam was disgusted the other day.
I don't get it.
No,
like,
it
"You're-
was the exact same thing.
You're amazing. You're an A+ of a person
Thanks,
out of
babe.
a scale, regular scale.
Standard
Oh my
scales.
God, you're married. Stop flirting.
From pants to
This
mustard.
is gross.
Standard
I'm with
scale.
Diane.
Disgusting.
The audience loves it, Diane. We're not
Yeah.
alienating anyone.
If you hate this, give us some tips.
Give us some tips.
Show us with your tips how much you hate it, and if you love it,
You can leave a note, like
give
a,
us some tips.
You can leave a piece of advice with your tip. A tip with your tip.
Sure.
Tip on a tip.
Little
You-
tip on a
You
tip.
ever heard that like phrase, hat on a hat?
We're talking a lot about tips, and it's yeah.
And then doing it. I mean, we're right.
Forever.
We're right in it here. Okay, let's change tracks here for a minute. The Cubs have
getting
been
hot and I need
the
some
Cubs
water.
lost and the Bears lost here in
Wait.
Chicago.
Can I say one really good thing about sports before we talk about all the
Absolutely.
crappy stuff?
Of course you
Go
can.
ahead.
The Seattle Storm won the championship last night. If you're not a WNBA fan,
That's
the
the-
Seattle Storm are so cool.
It was an amazing. Okay, so a couple of things about this. First of all, Sue Bird went 16 years between championships and played like a beast in this last championship. Unbelievable. No one's ever really done anything like that.
Brianna Taylor, 6
and then-
games in a row with over 20 points.
Shout
Crazy.
out to our man, couldn't coach, but was advising and coaching virtually, Dan Hughes, who has given this band, including the Jux, Daniel McCormick, and Lauren Cannell, Adam's ex-girlfriend, he has given the band a basketball. I keep wanting to call it a rehearsal.
It's
But
not.
they call it practice in sports.
Not only that, he named a play. I have an embarrassing question to this. He named a play after our last album, Tanglewoods. Were we playing offense or defense at the time?
We were playing offense.
We were playing offense.
But
Yikes.
Erica was
Don't
confused.
listen, coach.
Erica is as confused now as she was during the drill.
You
Just
know
to
what
be
really
clear.
got you during the drill? It was there
was
was
only
no
one
defense,
team.
and we were practicing a drill, and one of the parts was a pick play, and Erica was like, "This is too
Yeah,
much."
it's weird setting a screen for no one. The concept of setting a screen for a defender that's not there.
And I know what
It's
that
tough.
concept
That's
is.
it's a tough.
I just don't know it with invisible people.
Now, Nate, I'm going to be really
Exactly.
curious.
It's
uh,
tough
Yeah.
with no defense.
Nate, I'm be curious about your opinion on this too. But this is a lot to Adam. So, like, when the Cubs, like I was saying, when the Cubs and the Bears lose, like when the Bears lose,
Josh Lake is inconsolable.
I can't even watch SportsCenter that week. I don't want to listen to sports radio. It's not fun. When the Cubs are eliminated, I said to myself, like, oh, I'm so excited. It's the baseball playoffs. Let's watch all this. I don't think the Cubs will get that far, but they're eliminated. I cannot do it.
It's sad.
painful.
It's painful.
Jux, I know you're that way too. He's like, I don't even know what sport you're talking about. Like, baseball's still
I've
going
given
on?
up baseball until the next season.
So I'm
period.
curious, first from Adam, like, how did you overcome that? Like, what has happened to you? Is something wrong with you? Are you okay? I know it seems like you don't feel that way.
I do feel that way. Like I'm a huge DePaul basketball fan, and like that's heartbreaking.
Like if they
100%
make
of
the
the time.
tournament and they lose in the first round, is it-
That's never even happened.
right.
I'm like in that part of Cubs history where they're not even sniffing.
So most of it, yeah,
A
I hear
pennant.
you.
Yeah,
most
exactly.
of it. So like, but baseball, that's not how you feel about the Yankees. Now, is that because the
No.
Yankees just won so many titles,
Maybe I don't know.
Look at Diane's reaction to that.
or you just love baseball so
I
much
just love baseball. It
that-
doesn't matter. I
that
don't
you
care
tried
if
to
the
talk
Yankees are
yourself
out
out of it?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just like the whole league. I like baseball in general. I like college basketball too. Like when DePaul inevitably doesn't
Right.
make the tournament, I still obsess over the basketball
Now,
tournament.
Nate, we're gonna do some sumo
yeah.
later in the
That
show.
I'm not into.
but, like-
Don't care about Nate's interests.
Do you have you felt that way where like
General rule?
something happens as a fan and you're just completely turned off because they're done?
Well, that's I actually grew up very young as a Cubs fan and just like watching
Oh,
them
this is why you don't like sports.
lose and
Right.
lose and lose. And eventually I was like, okay, I guess just like sometimes your team doesn't win. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, and I hate it.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Diane, I know you're a Yankees fan. That
I
must make life
am.
easier.
Yeah, it's a delight. I enjoy excellence, and they deliver. You know,
I mean,
I remember being a little kid. I remember being a little kid and watching the Bulls, though, and just being the happiest I've ever been, and thinking like, wow, it must be really sad for kids in other cities.
Yes.
I'm
who don't
I'm a Knicks fan.
What
and
did they
it was
do?
miserable.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
still
that.
miserable.
I remember thinking the same thing.
That's kind of like being a Yankees fan is like it's always the mid 90s and you're a Bulls fan. Like that's to me, that's like being a Yankees fan. I guess I
You can
usually
switch.
I can switch. I'm not going to. I'm usually shitting on it, but that makes sense. Like if I could always be a mid 90s Bulls fan, like that's safe.
Josh, you like love the mid '90s in general.
I just love the mid 90s. What can I say?
You're a mid '90s kid.
We should do a whole show like that. All right. Well, we're gonna do a couple songs right in a row, and it is brought to you by Corny Kedlers. You throw that logo on the screen for us, Annie. It's cornykedlers.com. Delicious popcorn, and you can get 15% off these next 3 songs, uninterrupted. None of our chatter is brought to you
Shut up, band.
by Corny Kedlers.
Play the music.
Play that music. Oh, that logo looks real good. Is it the perfect time to like order popcorn?
Right now, give it to me, baby.
You all ready? There you go. Hey, baby, when you look this way, there's this moment, girl, I can't describe. And I know that before today, I might take your cue and pass you by. This time there's no hesitation. Getting my strength from this feeling. Well, you know that I'm still waiting. Whoa, my bar's still here.
Baby, when you look my way, your eyes linger just a touch too long. The bar is closing and yet you stay till the band plays out their final song. This time there's no hesitation. Getting my strength from this fear. You know that I'm still waiting on the bar, still here, baby. Let's have another drink.
Don't take time to think that your hands in mine.
Still warm from your touch. Have I had too much? Looks like you're feeling
station, getting my strength from this beer. Well, you know I'm still waiting here. You know that I'm still waiting on the bar stool, yeah.
you see. Wanna get your thrills, wanna go play with the squirrels, like the witchy lady in the woods with twisted curls. Be a paper girl, ditch your problems, be a paper girl. Yeah, I'm all about my paper girl. To deliver the news way. Oh, to deliver the news way. Once in Colorado, I was burning loud. Twirled it up so nicely, started to draw a crowd.
Well, hello.
Brought to you by Corny Kettlers.
That was that section was brought to you by Corny Kettlers. That was Paper Girl, and Fill It Up before that from Tanglewoods, two Jux lyric songs,
Yeah.
and then before that was the Bar Stool, from the 10-cent tour. Hey, thanks Corny Kettlers. You can get 15% off all your Corny Kettler needs.
Promo code.
Pockets. CornyKettlers.com. So that's fun. That's a fun time. So we talked sports, kind of conventional sports, with Adam and Nate. You sort of mentioned, and you've mentioned to me before, like you aren't a conventional sports guy. Maybe it's the Cubs that broke your heart.
I think you're just an unconventional guy.
I think that might be true.
Generally.
Maybe. That might be true.
But you have gotten into, when did this happen, my friend? You have gotten into sumo wrestling.
You know, it was while Danielle was living in Ohio because I was on the phone with her, and then
I
I would
see.
I would get off the phone and I'd be like laying in bed and be like, I need something to wind down, and so I would pull out my the NHK app, and it just so happened they would have some sumo on there, and I'm like, oh.
what is the NHK app?
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
get
so
this.
NHK is like a Japanese
Sure.
TV
But why
station.
did you put that on in the first place?
Oh, because it's usually very soothing.
like a game
That's-
show? What were you
No,
looking
it's like
for?
there's like a
It's
there's like a
very
30-minute
soothing.
presentation on like flower arranging, and then a 30-minute presentation
Maybe
on
a
like
calligraphy,
the
perhaps?
mountains of the Araujo
Like
range.
putting
or
a
whatever.
garden, like a steeped garden on a hill.
Sounds
Yeah.
like an entire channel of Bob Ross type program.
So you put on NHK and you fall in love with sumo wrestling.
Go figure, huh?
And then so what do you choose? It's like tennis or golf. You choose a guy, kind of.
Yeah, so yeah, kind of. That's how it. I mean, I've got like I usually have like maybe 6 or 7 guys that I'm always watching, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, that guy is doing good, and this guy's on the rise, and this guy's on the fall, and
And from past experience, I'm to understand that a tournament is a basho.
that's correct. Yeah.
So we're not in basho right now.
we are not in Basho.
Is that
We
'cause
just
COVID or is that?
no, we just ended the September
see.
Basho. The autumn Basho is over, and now the winter Basho will be coming on in like a couple of months.
I
wanna
love
say.
learning about this sumo stuff. So before we play this clip that I want you to talk through, tell me a little bit about the guy, the judge. What?
Oh, the Gyoji.
We're gonna watch this clip together. We're gonna play this clip. Look at this guy's outfit, and Nate, you tell me what's happening here. Here we go.
Yeah, for sure. So that's Tochi Noshin is the Georgian on the right, and the Japanese fellow is Daieisho on the left. And this is actually just going to be some pretty standard sumo because they're both gigantic
They are
fellows.
big men. Who the judge? Look, that outfit the judge is
The
wearing. And his,
Gyoji is his name.
footwork.
Yeah, well, so they basically have to stay out of the way, and he's yelling, "You're in, you're in, you're in, you're in, you're in." And then if they get all bound up, he's like, "Come on, let's go."
The
Come
whole
on,
thing is
fellas."
one of them's going to kick the other one out of the
Either
ring.
out
Like
of the
that,
ring
that
or
moment
right there.
Oh, I see, Annie. You can come back.
You
now.
could see him just give up. It's either out of the ring or if anything that's not the bottom of your feet touches the ground, you are out.
Was that a
Wow.
normal length match, or was that short?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that one was actually kind of on the longer side, but they get they get crazy long. They get long enough to the point where they'll get locked up, and the judge, the gyoji, will have to break them up, and they will all take a water break.
Wow.
And then they'll be like, okay, come on, get back in here.
Oh,
Let's
in the
go
middle of a
again."
match.
How
Yeah, like
civilized.
in
Take
the
some
middle
water.
of we got to
Uh,
take some rest. Let's all take a
Wow.
rest. I've never personally seen it happen, but I know it happens.
Wow,
so.
I'm so glad to be learning about this. We're going to continue every once in a while
Great.
to educate
Josh.
ourselves. I assume it's a pretty popular sport in Japan.
Yeah, these guys are like rock stars in Japan for sure.
Oh, I like that a
Oh,
lot. Now,
yes.
Diane, I know I told you we weren't going to talk to you in this break, but I just want to remind everybody that best comment
It's happening.
after this song, we're going to pick best comment.
I hear there's so many points up for
So
this best.
there's 1,000 bonus points because it's after dark. You guys didn't.
Can't
I
just-
thought that was obvious.
Can't just give these points away.
I'm not giving them away, Nate. The rules are the rules. I mean, look it up. So it's 1,000 bonus points.
Completely separate from the daytime points.
Is that
though.
true?
Well, it's
Is it
there's-
different points?
It's a whole different scale.
They're after dark points.
Yeah. It's,
So can you?
Wow.
you can't redeem. There's
Oh.
no.
It's a different desk
This
to
is
redeem
a
them in.
complicated system, and it's like almost more complicated than the Good Place.
Say it, Diane.
We all know the rules,
Yeah, you know the rules.
obviously.
all know the rules.
Obviously.
And they're
Well,
very clear.
So Diane, not yet, but they're very clear. They're very clear. They're just as clear as presidential
They're
debate rules.
finite and binding, if
just
nothing
as
else.
clear. Just stomp right through all those rules.
Finite and binding.
So you have a couple finalists. I don't want to hear them yet, but I want you to pick your last one. So this is your last chance. Audience, get your best comments in, and then we were going to award that after this song. Nate, thank you for the sumo.
Thank you for a chance to
great
expose
stuff.
people to sumo. I love it.
Next week, we're going to talk with Nate in his brand new segment called Nate's Accordion Corner.
I can't
Nate's
wait.
accordion corner.
And we're going to talk about interesting instruments. But until then, see what I mean? I want to play all the notes.
To me, baby.
That's all. That's all the notes. I covered it. So groovy. Y'all ready?
Come on.
Here we go. Maybe next time we get together, we'll right all the wrongs. Early in the morning, singing Beatles songs. Maybe next time we get together, no clouds in the sky. Not a single one. Sunshine bright all afternoon. We kiss our cares goodbye. You heard us. You heard us. That's the noise.
Where you got your invitation?
Say what?
Don't you want to drink some brew?
I wanna roll some bones. And they know we all just wanna get home. Oh, come on.
Oh my, hope you don't mind trying to get off my feet.
Yeah.
Someday soon we're gonna chill real cool.
Howling at the moon on the street. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Here we go. Maybe next time we get together, we'll right all the wrongs. Yeah. Early in the morning, singing Beatles songs. Maybe next time we get together, no clouds in the sky. The sun shines bright all afternoon. We kiss our cares goodbye. You know, we've been getting a lot of requests. Are you gonna come to Des Moines? You come to Vancouver? When are you guys gonna come to Germany? We're coming to all of those places. When this world opens back up,
We'll be there.
and we're assuming by that point we're going to be pretty famous. So we're preparing in this verse for that eventuality. You know what I'm saying, Aaron?
It's a look to the future type of verse.
It's like a
Dreams
look to
come
the
true.
future. Here we go. Maybe next time we all get together, we'll sell 10,000 seats.
Yes, you'll be at the
We'll all be VIPs.
And then the radio plays in the afternoon days. It's blaring out our song. And somehow folks know all the words. Everybody's singing along. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Maybe. Here we go. Maybe next time we get together, we'll right all the wrong. Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Singing Beatles songs. Maybe next time we get together, no clouds in the sky. The sun shines bright all afternoon and we kiss our cares goodbye. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Hey! Maybe next time. Ow! I'm digging that song. I wrote that song on the way home. I was driving the van, probably Adam in the passenger seat, or Erica and
It
I.
was me.
Was it you? And I wrote that song while driving. Really like that one. Hey, thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate you watching the show. We got a few things to get to before we get out of your hair.
Very
First
important.
things first. Adam, drum roll it for us, please. Sure. Oh yeah. Very good. Diane, do we have a winner of the
I
very,
do.
very elusive best comment?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you all the top 3 because
Yeah, I get
it's
it.
just so hard.
I like
you know?
it. I like it.
And throw some points at me, please, band.
Yes.
Okay.
10 points to
so-
Diane, just 4.
10 points to Diane. After dark points, though.
Yep.
Can't spend them
Thank
in the
you.
same place you spend
Next,
the regular
those
daytime
will
points.
not be good next week.
No,
Let the
not
woman
good.
speak.
One of our comments was from our friend Mike Sisto saying, Groupon has the points for half price, to which I would add, you also get an extra 15% off with the code POCKET.
Pocket.
That's great.
That's true
Okay.
too. You
Excellent.
That's so true.
use
Very
that
good.
code.
I'm going to say 500 points.
500 points at least.
Sold.
We don't know who's getting the bonus 1,000 after dark points yet, but continue.
Our friend Dave Cummins said, wines in boxes are called card Bordeaux,
Great.
which I think
Wonderful.
Great.
is
Really
what I
good.
need tonight.
I'm going to be
yes.
repeating that to Al Stewart.
Really good.
for
That's
sure.
that's 500 points.
Points.
That's a 500
Yeah.
point
Also
game.
500
Also
points.
500
Yes, I
points.
agree.
Al Stewart would like that one. So you get nothing addition. Al hates contests, so he wouldn't add anything to
No,
this.
no, sure.
Okay, next.
So now this is ostensibly the winner,
Okay.
right?
No, it's
No,
for choose.
we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Erica,
I'm sorry.
easy does it.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Diane.
I'm so-
Someone had to
So,
say it.
I'm so sorry about that, Diane. Erica, get in
Not
line.
professional.
You guys.
We got through almost the whole show, but
gonna-
let's keep going. We might as well finish it.
Wow.
Ugh, gross.
Wow.
so Carol was noting that behind Adam tonight there are some fuzzy friends, and said, "Oh, I love that Sesame Street is on," and I said, "Close," and
Carol almost
Bruce
won, and then
Hart
she
said-
didn't. She almost won
Bruce
just now.
Harp said that could be the debates.
Waka waka.
Okay, that's 10 points. You got 10
I
points
love
for
the
that.
top of the show.
Because they didn't name Muppets Take Manhattan. If they had named Muppets Take Manhattan,
But
that would have been the automatic
the
winner.
point was that there were Muppets on television, and it was reminiscent of
Well-
Talking Heads.
I like it.
So
I
is that
thought
the-
it was 500 points.
Is that the
I give
After
it 500
Dark?
points.
Oh, who is the After Dark winner, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, I don't know. I
that
like
gets
them
the
all.
1,000 points. I'm gonna go with all three.
All
are getting the
three.
1,000
Wow.
points.
All three.
Oh my God.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented.
You can't do that.
rules.
This is an unbelievable competition. I like it.
We don't even care about precedent.
Very
We're like
valid.
the Supreme Court. We don't care about precedent at all
I was
anymore.
I was gonna
we
say.
don't even care.
I
never
was gonna say
respected
we're
it.
like the Great British
Cannot
Baking
be.
Show, where like you get like a you get,
Here you get with the points don't count.
here's a thing.
All three of you, serious handshake.
Serious handshake.
Handshake, excellent.
Serious.
Carol would have run away with it had she named Muppets Take Manhattan.
So close, Carol.
You were close. So save your 1,500 points for the next time we do an After Dark show. It's not planned, and we're not necessarily ever doing it again.
But
So
you know, put them in the pocket and
Hang on to them. They're going
excellent.
to be
For next
valuable.
Really
time.
good. Hey, next week's show,
Pocket, no
speaking of...
longer.
Say it again, Dan. And now we lost her, of course.
Diane's gone.
She's
gone.
like, I'm outta here.
She's out. Next week's show, is back at our original time. We're at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. specifically.
And if you're new to our show, we do this every single week.
We do it every week.
So
That's
come
so
hang
true.
out.
Hit that share button. It's not too late, or as I'd like to say, it's never too late.
It's always a good time to
never
share.
too
late. Well, now share it, and it's not too late to tip either. It's a little bit different tipping this week. We got a link in the description. Maybe we got a link in the comments. It's an Eventbrite. We're splitting tips with Rockwood Music Hall. Wow, this
Thanks
has been
for
very fun. I
tuning
like this at
in.
night.
I know.
After dark. All right, Mr. Belasco, what are your last words for us today?
Yo, thanks everyone watching After Dark. We're taking a huge chance doing this After
Taking a
Dark tonight.
chance. Oh my God.
Thanks for watching. I got a ton of birthday wishes. Thank you for those as well. Honestly, I just want to say, I want to use my platform to say, I don't care much for Nate's segments. The sumo stuff, but also specifically Nate himself.
It's too much Nate in those Nate
Yeah,
segments.
and you know what? I feel like me using this platform to say so was constructive. So I'll turn it over to Nate, presumably
oh,
next.
actually, yeah, why not? Nate, your last words, my friend.
Why did we ever give him a microphone?
Is this on? I didn't know this was
feel-
on.
I
This
feel
isn't
like
on,
it
is
might
it?
have been
We've been tricked, Nate.
just the poorest of the poor ideas
We
that
went
we've
like a
had.
year or two without giving him a microphone.
Yeah, and I don't know. Did he bring his own? Is that your own
Oh,
microphone from home?
no.
I
You brought
didn't
that
know
from
this
home?
was on. It's news to me. I didn't know anyone could hear this.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, of course, and for being here and sharing the music with us this evening. Check us out, of course, every Wednesday, and then we have our own little club if you want to join it. We've got the Epic members watching on a special channel right now that only they can see.
Delightful. And they get to hang out even better with Diane. Diane, what are your last words for us today?
Thanks so much for hanging Wednesday night. What a wonderful way to spend an evening. So grateful for you all.
Nothing else going on.
Love
so
you so much.
what's the difference anyway? Just nothing on TV, nothing
to
important
worry
happening.
about.
So whatever.
Nothing topical.
Nothing,
No.
nothing
Nothing.
topical. No, that's
No.
great. It's just a regular Wednesday. Erica?
Well, my darling, I love all of you out there. I love all of you, my band. I love my Diane. I love my crew. And everybody get out there and get your representation by getting your vote on.
Oh, yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Daniel McCormick on the sound, Annie Scable on the switcher, and Diane Nora on the Zoom as usual.
Thanks, Rockwood. We love you.
We love you, Rockwood Music Hall. Thank you, of course, to Corny Kedlers. 15% off using the code POCKETS. Thank you to Halligan Business Machines, Topo Chico, and Norton's Restaurant.
Clinky.
Clink.
Clinky clonk. It's a delicious mineral water. I wrote a song.
I really made you wait for it.
It was nice. Turned out anthemic by
Really exercise your power.
there are no people at the stadium today. Even on the soft side of this pandemic, I wish that it would get up and go away. Oh, wish that it would get up and go away. put in those donations.
Wish that it would get up and go away. Oh, wish that it would get up and go away.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.